Hello sir, good evening. Well, I am Kalana Saputra Purba, and in this moment I will read a message from Ken Bradbury, yes, Virginia. Dear Virginia, even though your name may be Jason or Jenny or Brittany, you once asked if there was a Santa Claus and someone gave you an answer. But this time, you may have another question. Why do people do bad things? Something really bad happened in several schools and other places around our country. And if you were like me, you've been very sad even though we didn't know any of the kids or teachers involved. Some people think that we need to do something about guns. I don't know much about that. Maybe we do and maybe we don't. But whether we should make new laws or not, this will take a very long time to decide. We've been talking about this for a long time and we will probably keep talking. No matter what, you and I can do much about that. Some people think that we should talk more about God in schools. Maybe we should, but I don't know much about that either. And again, changing laws take a long time, and changing people's minds takes even longer. You and I can't do much about that. But there is one thing that you and I can do something about. In fact, whether you are 10 years old or 17, you can probably do something. When you go back to school, there will be a little boy who usually eats lunch alone. Sometimes he will stand a minute looking for a place to sit and no one will ever ask him to join a group of friends. He is often at the back of the lunch line. He knows that the longer he stands in line, the less time he'll have to spend eating by himself. Sometimes he brings a book and pretends to read. You may know his name, but you probably aren't good friends. In fact, you may think he's sort of a nerd. Maybe you've even tried to talk to him and he talked too much, or perhaps he didn't say much at all. You've heard some of your friends say that he wants to be left alone. But there's something down in your gut that tells you this isn't so. No one wants to be alone all the time. You don't hate him or anything like that, but maybe you're afraid that people will think you are strange if you talk to him. Don't feel bad. Grown-ups do this and teach others too. But this little boy really wants to be important to someone. He wants to be noticed. Someday he may do something that will make him important and will get him noticed, but it might be a bad thing. It will be one of the bravest things you've ever done. But think about asking him to join you. And somewhere in your school there is a girl who most others avoid. She may dress a little weird and she may even scare you a little, but inside she's just a little kid like you. Maybe you've never spoken a word to her. She hangs around by herself before school and sometimes gets to school just in time to go to class, so she won't have to spend so much time by herself. Some of your friends may talk about her behind her back because she hangs around with older boys. Did you know that she's really rather be around kids her own age? There's sort of a rule, a law that says if we don't find friends in one place, then we'll look someplace else. That's all she's done. Some of your friends say that it's her fault because of the ways she ate, but there's something inside that that tells you it's all her fault. She's just trying to survive. Don't feel bad. Grown up do this, teach other too, but these little girls want to be important to someone too. That's all. If someone doesn't take an interest in her right now, she may make some very bad decision when she gets older. Your mom and dad can help her much, but you can't. And this little guy might be really hard to notice because he just seems like a regular kid. Maybe he's too regular since no one really pays much attention to him. His grades are average and maybe just a little bit below. But when the schools gives out awards for making good grades, he's not on the list. At the sport banquet, he'll be sitting on the audience and not up at the winner's table. He's also in the audience at the school's plays and concert. You may think, what's the big deal? He's just an average kid. Let me ask you a question. Do you remember the last time somebody patted you on the back and said, "Nice job"? I'll bet you do. Do you remember if it felt like when you won a game or an award or played your instrument and people told you how good you were? I'll bet you do. We all like to feel as if we're good at something. We all like to be important to others. School is usually a good place, but most schools don't give awards for just being average and not bothering anyone. Teachers are busy and coaches are busy and parents are busy, and it's very easy to not notice someone's like this boy. But he noticed. He noticed that he's not noticed. Don't feel bad. Grown up ignore people like this too. But sometimes you can be better than grown up. If we don't make him feel important today, then someday he may get himself noticed in a way that will hurt somebody. So Virginia, or Jason, or Jenny, or Brittany, I don't know if there is a Santa Claus, but I'm sure there is a you. There is you who can be really brave and do something that your friends are not willing to do. There is a you who can notice these kids, and that I'll help you perform a miracle that would even make a Santa Claus smile. Thank you, sir, and good night.